You have to ask yourself how much of John Lennon's spectacular work was a concomitant mixture of acid, meditation, money, fame, power, ego, Yoko, guilt, insanity, grief, whimsy, etc., and how much was the uncluttered imprint of his obviously prominent muse. How many artists have been able to move through so many distinct phases in their work? If you look back to Love Me Do, it's a very long way forward to Mr. Kite, and even longer to the bare-boned simplicity of songs like Imagined and Love. With Double Fantasy and the posthumously released Milk and Honey, he seemed to start the machine all over again. One of the great things about Lennon's eclectic persona was the delightful tangle of the many component parts that made up his frankly rather fragmented though always engrossing super-personality. When you go down the list of the great artists of the last 100 years, Picasso was always Picasso, with his boxy images of womankind with their bright, burning eyes. Dolly, too, was certainly always Dolly, Magritte always Magritte, Dylan always Dylan, Sinatra always Sinatra, Hendrix always Hendrix, but Lennon, curiously, was at least half a dozen completely autonomous, highly stylized artists. He even looked quite different year to year. Like the lizard on a window pane from Happiness is a Warm Gun, John was certainly a man of many colors, though at the end the unhappy truth is that they all bled together, turning a confused, muddy brown, a story still yet to be told. Upon reflection, it may be that the bigger part of everyone's existence is that which they leave behind. For most of us that probably means a couple of kids, some vague memories, and one or two outstanding debts. But for a man like Lennon, the list is obviously a little longer. In fact, conceptual though it is, there are still so many significantly affected by his challenging words and music that I have titled this collection Imagination, in honor of this borderless collective of kindred spirits. They might also be called Lennonites, I suppose. Anyway, as John once said, I hope someday you'll join us. And just what was it like appearing live at the Toronto Rock and Roll Revival?
But when I heard all those Little Richard and Chuck Berry was going to be on, I thought, right, let's go. And of course, I was so busy being nervous and sick backstage, I never saw them. I was crapping myself, you know, because I hadn't performed for 20 years or something. I mean, I'd done the Cambridge 69 with Yoko, but that was a small place, and I just sort of with my guitar. But this time, I said, yeah, well, how's it go? And the band, I couldn't rehearse.